Shri Krishna Story Box.
In the lush, beautiful land of Kerala, in Malappuram district, in the year 1547, was born Poonthanam Namboothiri. From a very young age, his heart was filled with deep love for Lord Krishna. Guruvayurappan. Again and again, he would visit the sacred Guruvayur temple, offering his prayers with pure devotion. He was not very familiar with Sanskrit, but his command over Malayalam was truly remarkable. At the age of 20, Poonthanam got married. But for many years, he had no children. After a long wait, he was blessed with a baby boy. Filled with joy, he planned a grand celebration for his child's Annaprasham. Guests began to arrive, the house filled with joy. Mother made the baby sleep and went to attend the work. As preparations began, the women gathered in a room to change their clothes and jewelry. In the dim light, no one noticed the baby sleeping on the cot. Unknowingly, they placed their clothes on the same bed. After some time, the mother came to take the child. But suddenly, a loud cry filled the room. The baby was no more. Covered under the heap of clothes, the little one had suffocated. After the loss of his child, Poonthanam was shattered and became detached from the world. Filled with deep grief, he sought refuge at the Guruvayur temple. There he turned to prayer and began composing Kumaraharanam, a Puranic story, which he sang in the form of a poem.
Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare Achyudananda Govinda Madhava Satchidananda Narayana Hare.
One day, as Poonthanam sat in deep thought, suddenly, little Krishna appeared as an infant on his lap. He could touch him. He could feel him. Holding the divine child close, tears of joy filled his eyes. Little Krishna, with his soft lotus-like hands, gently wiped his tears.
Krishna Krishna മുകുന്ദ ജനാർദ്ദന കൃഷ്ണ ഗോവിന്ദ നാരായണ.
And then he disappeared. In that sacred moment, from Poonthanam's heart, these words arose. While little Krishna dances in our hearts, do we need children of our own? And from that divine realization was born Jnanappana, the song of wisdom.
ഇന്നലെയോളമെന്തെന്നറിഞ്ഞില്ല, ഇന്നി നാളെയുമെന്തെന്നറിഞ്ഞില്ല. ഇന്നി കണ്ടെത്തടിക്കു വിനാശവും നിന്ന നേരമെന്നേതുമറിഞ്ഞില്ല. കണ്ടുകണ്ടങ്ങിരിക്കും ജനങ്ങളെ കണ്ടില്ലെന്നു വരുത്തുന്നതും ഭവാൻ. 2-4 ദിനം കൊണ്ടൊരുത്തനെ തണ്ടിലേറ്റി നടത്തുന്നതും ഭവാൻ. മാളിക മുകളേറിയ മന്നന്റെ തോളിൽ മാറാപ്പു കേറ്റുന്നതും ഭവാൻ. കണ്ടാലൊട്ടറിയുന്നു ചിലരിതു കണ്ടാലും തിരിയ ചിലർക്കേതുമേ കണ്ടതൊന്നുമേ സത്യമല്ലെന്നതു മുമ്പേ കണ്ടിട്ടറിയുന്നിതു ചിലർ. മനുജാതിയിൽ തന്നെ പലവിധം മനസ്സിന്നു വിശേഷമുണ്ടോർക്കണം. ഇന്നലെയോളമെന്തെന്നറിഞ്ഞില്ല, ഇന്നി നാളെയുമെന്തെന്നറിഞ്ഞില്ല. ഇന്നി കണ്ടെത്തടിക്കു വിനാശവൂ മിന്ന നേരമെന്നേതുമറിഞ്ഞില്ല. പലർക്കുമറിയണമെന്നിട്ടല്ലോ പല ജാതി പറയുന്നു ശാസ്ത്രങ്ങൾ. കർമ്മത്തിലധികാരി ജനങ്ങൾക്കു കർമ്മശാസ്ത്രങ്ങളുണ്ടു പലവിധം. ജ്ഞാനത്തിനധികാരി ജനങ്ങൾക്കു ജ്ഞാനശാസ്ത്രങ്ങളും പലതുണ്ടല്ലോ. സാംഖ്യശാസ്ത്രങ്ങൾ യോഗങ്ങളെന്നിവ സംഖ്യയില്ലതും നിൽക്കട്ടെ സർവവും. ഇന്നലെയോളമെന്തെന്നറിഞ്ഞില്ല, ഇന്നി നാളെയുമെന്തെന്നറിഞ്ഞില്ല. ഇന്നി കണ്ടെത്തടിക്കു വിനാശവൂ മിന്ന
One day, Narayan-Bhattacharya, a great Sanskrit scholar, was immersed in satsang, sharing the divine nectar of his immortal creation, Narayaniyam. With deep respect, Poonthanam approached Bhattacharya, offering his work, Jnanappana. But Bhattacharya dismissed him harshly. The Lord values only Sanskrit, not Malayalam. Those words broke Poonthanam's heart. The devotee who came with love left in tears. On that destined day, as Bhattacharya began reciting the Narayaniyam, a young Brahmin boy appeared. With each verse, the boy revealed errors. One, then two, then more. Until Bhattacharya realized this was none other than Guruvayurappan himself. Falling at his feet, he was humbled. And the Lord spoke, "Poonthanam's devotion is dearer to me than your knowledge." Struck with remorse, Bhattacharya sought Poonthanam, begging forgiveness. And as he read Jnanappana, he saw its flawless beauty. In that moment, ego dissolved, and devotion united them. One day at Guruvayur, as Bhattacharya composed his sacred verses, the divine chants of Vishnu Sahasranamam filled the air. Poonthanam arrived in humble devotion. While chanting the Vishnu Sahasranamam, he uttered Maraprabhu instead of Amaraprabhu. Bhattacharya smiled at the mistake. But in that very moment, a divine voice echoed from the sanctum. The Lord is Amaraprabhu and Maraprabhu. Not perfection in words, but purity in devotion. For to true devotion, every word is sacred. In that instant, Bhattacharya felt deep sorrow. He realized his mistake, and his heart was filled with regret. In the sacred tradition of Bhagavata Saptaham, the divine Srimad Bhagavatam is recited over 7 blessed days, filling hearts with devotion. Among the devoted listeners was Poonthanam, who never missed a single Saptaham. With deep love for Lord Krishna, he would listen to scholars recite the Sanskrit verses and gently explain their meaning in simple Malayalam for the common people. Over time, this became a beautiful tradition. Scholars would recite, and Poonthanam would bring the divine message alive. One day, a massive crowd gathered. The topic was Rukmini Swayamvaram. As the narration reached the moment when Rukmini sent Brahmins to Lord Krishna, Poonthanam said with innocence, "Along with her message, Rukmini also sent a note to Krishna." Suddenly, a voice from the crowd challenged him. "Where is it written that she sent a note?" For a moment, Poonthanam was silent, unsure. And then, from the altar, a divine voice echoed, "Where is it written that she did not send it? Was not that letter sent to me? What Poonthanam said is true. Rukmini sent me a note, and I have read it. A sacred silence filled the air. Hearts trembled, eyes filled with tears, for it was none other than Lord Krishna himself who had spoken to protect his devotee. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Poonthanam's heart melted in divine love. Years passed. Poonthanam reached Kottayur, bathed in the sacred river, worshipped Lord Shiva, and recited the Bhagavatam every day with deep devotion. There is a beautiful moment in the Bhagavatam where Lord Krishna playfully asks Mother Rukmini, "Why did you choose me, a simple cowherd, when you could have married the great king Sisubala?" Hearing this, Mother Rukmini faints, and the Lord lovingly consoles her. But something divine was happening. Each day, the bookmark returned to the same page. After finishing that sacred chapter, Poonthanam placed a bookmark and left. But the next day, he found it at the beginning again. So he read the same portion once more. Day after day, this divine mystery continued. On the final day, as the temple closed for the year, Poonthanam left with the devotees, only to suddenly remember his Bhagavatam was still inside. He rushed back, crossed the river, and reached the locked temple, all alone. And then, from within, he heard someone reciting the very same chapter.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare.
As he peered through the keyhole, Poonthanam was stunned. There, inside, Lord Shiva himself was reading from his Bhagavatam, while Mother Parvati and the Bhutaganas listened, their eyes filled with tears. Poonthanam stood motionless, absorbing the divine recitation. At the end, Lord Shiva asked, "Was my reading as good as Poonthanam's?" Mother Parvati gently replied, "Not as beautiful as his." Hearing this, Poonthanam trembled and cried out, "Narayana!" In that very moment, the divine vision vanished. And then he realized it was Lord Shiva himself who had been turning the bookmark. Once, on his sacred journey to Guruvayurappan temple, Poonthanam walked through a dense forest, his heart filled only with devotion. But suddenly, from the shadows, a group of robbers surrounded him. They demanded everything. Without hesitation, he gave away all he had, his money, his ring, everything. Yet they were not satisfied. Their eyes fell upon a small bundle he was tightly holding. That was his treasure. Not gold, not wealth, but the sacred Bhagavatam, the very breath of his life. Even when he told them, "It is just a book," they did not believe him. Their anger grew. Danger was closing in. At that moment, realizing his life was at stake, Poonthanam closed his eyes, and with all his soul, he cried out, "Narayana!" And then, a thunderous sound broke the silence. From nowhere, a radiant man appeared, on a powerful horseback. Within moments, they were defeated. The stranger retrieved everything, the money, the ring, and placed them back into Poonthanam's hands. Poonthanam's heart overflowed with gratitude. He thanked the young man and offered his ring in return. The man, Mangattachan, the minister of the king of Samudri, accepted it, guided him safely to the temple, and then vanished. That very night, the temple priest had a divine dream. Lord Guruvayurappan spoke, "A ring will be found on me. Give it to Poonthanam tomorrow." At dawn, the miracle unfolded. There it was, on the Lord's own foot. And as Poonthanam received the ring, his hands trembled. It was the same ring he had given the day before. In that moment, truth dawned. It was not a man. It was the Lord Krishna himself.
Achyudananda Govinda Madhava.
As Poonthanam grew old, each step became heavier, each journey harder. One day, exhausted, he sat down and wept. "Oh Krishna, I cannot walk any further." In that moment of helpless surrender, Lord Krishna appeared beside him, soft, compassionate.
Madhava Satchidananda Narayana Hare.
"I am here with you. You need not come all the way to Guruvayur to see me." And then he vanished. When Poonthanam opened his eyes, his heart stood still. There, before him, was the divine form of Lord Krishna. With trembling devotion, he installed the deity at that very spot. And since the Lord appeared on his left side, the place came to be known as Edathupuram.
Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare. Achyudananda Govinda Madhava Satchidananda Narayana Hare.
As Poonthanam grew older, his body weakened, but his devotion only deepened. He spent his days in Bhagavatam and meditation, often seeing the Lord, though others could not understand and thought he had lost his mind. One day he said with certainty, "Guruvayurappan is coming tomorrow." The house was prepared. A humble maid who truly believed Poonthanam made all the arrangements with love. But the rest of the family still doubted. The next morning, after completing his prayers, Poonthanam smiled, for he saw a divine chariot descending from the heavens.
Jnanappana Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare.
He welcomed the Lord, served him with love.
Govinda Madhava Satchidananda Narayana Hare.
And as the Lord was about to leave, he turned to his wife. "Come, let us journey to Vaikundam together." But she hesitated, lost in worldly duties. A humble maid, hearing this, stepped forward with faith. "May I come?" Poonthanam blessed her. Moments later, the divine journey began. When his wife returned, Poonthanam was gone, and the maid lay still. In silent wonder, the truth revealed itself. The Lord had come and taken his devotee home.
Jnanappana Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare. Achyudananda Govinda Madhava Satchidananda Narayana Hare. Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare. Achyudananda Govinda Madhava Satchidananda Narayana Hare. Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare. Achyudananda Govinda Madhava Satchidananda Narayana Hare. Krishna Govinda Narayana Hare Achyudananda Govinda Madhava Satchidananda Narayana Hare